He's standing right there trying to stand in. He was giving a live report in Lake Charles when he was hit by a strong wind gust and heavy rain. After that report, he was able to run out of the wind. My goodness.
What I always like to say is the light at the end of the tunnel now. Because this hurricane's finally moving through the area, the winds are going down. We still have some high winds going through, but nothing compared to what we had seen starting around 11:30 last night and continuing on through the morning. So this is a welcome break from everything that we've been dealing with for the last several hours. It's been hard to get out. Yes, as you heard Kathy mention, it's hard for us to get out right now until the sun comes up to survey the damage. And what we can see from our area is we've seen trees down. If you look to, and Byron, I don't know if you can see that one to the right of the do not enter sign. Looks like it just snapped. Others just were toppled because the ground became saturated from all the rain and the high winds just pushed those trees over. We've also seen these large metal signs that were attached by steel cables to the roof of this parking garage. Those came down, and that's just one of them. But over there, we had quite a few because the way the wind would come through, it would twist everything up. Sorry, we're trying to get through here with all the cables. Twisted everything up. It ripped several of the signs clean off and sent them skittering down the rest of the parking garage on the first floor. That was one of the things we've been worried about all night. Unfortunately, none of that came up this way. However, we have seen some debris come up here. We've seen some of these signs ripped off down there. Down there, we've seen some of the branches of the trees that were just on the outside of this parking garage come through the area. But fortunately, everything is starting to die down. However, this damage, if it's an indication of what's going on in the greater Lake Charles, Calcasieu Parish area, there's going to be a tremendous amount of cleanup. And that is a very long road, and I know that is very tough, but until we get out, we won't know. One good piece of news, we somewhat saw it here because we're near Lake Charles, we're near Green Lake. We did not see any water pushing into the parking lot from at least where we were, which is good news. We thought that was going to be happening because of the predicted storm surge and the way you have these lakes. You have the Calcasieu River. You also have bayous, tributaries, all expected to be out of banks. We were expecting to see that water come into the parking lot and into this area. That's why we came up here to where we're about 15 feet off the ground to make sure we were high enough above any type of storm surge. That didn't happen, and as you've been hearing Cambrell and Britta talk about, the predicted storm surge did not manifest itself. So thank goodness for that. That's one good piece of news. Hopefully that will hold true for some of the damage in this area. But until we get out, we can look around and see what's going on. We're not going to have really an accurate indication of just how much damage this hurricane has done to the Lake Charles area. That goes for sheriff's deputies, paramedics, EMTs. They have not been able to get out either, and that's why they want everybody out of the area, because they have been telling people when this storm really hits, the winds are going to get too high. We can't get to you if you need.
Parts of the ceiling are just hanging down. There's insulation on the floor. And then there was even more destruction while he was in there recording. It might have been tough for you to hear just the sound of glass breaking. He says, he didn't say if he was hurt, hopefully not. And luckily we haven't heard of any tornadoes or anything like that at this point, but still, the hurricane damage from Laura there in Lake Charles, pretty bad for that home. Winds were at 150, up to 150 miles an hour at one point there in Lake Charles when Laura came ashore.
And more footage, this out of Hackberry, Louisiana. A boater capturing the moment Hurricane Laura moved right over them. As you can see, that wind and rain just rocking that area. Hackberry is just outside Lake Charles.
My goodness. Down trees as our storm tracker is out and about. We will go back live to Lake Charles in just a few.
Look right now.
Well, good morning to you. I can tell you that this is a complete 360 from where we were at in Orange County. I can feel some of that wind and rain from Hurricane Laura. And right now we're just off a gas station off Toomey Road, and it's some incredible damage out here. Take a look at this restaurant. This is actually a Subway. The wind speeds were so strong that it actually ripped off the front part of this Subway restaurant. There's debris scattered everywhere. The winds were so strong that it actually just kind of picked everything up and just kind of tossed it right here in the front. This is actually a big gas station parking lot. There's several also like mom and pop shop restaurants out here. Take a look at this. This is like debris from these gas station awning that's right here behind me. Just kind of picked it up and tossed it over here. And then walk with me over here, guys. I kind of want to show you what's going on take a look to the front of this building. Just, it's incredible to see just how strong these wind speeds were, but it's devastating to this community to see what they're going to be waking up to here in a few hours. There's debris and street signs everywhere. And as we walk over here to this gas station, it's important to note that while we were driving down Interstate 10, it was closed, but we did see several large trees and street signs on both sides of the highway. So it's going to take a minute to clean all that debris up. But look at this, guys. This is the gas station I was telling you about. The wind speed so strong from Hurricane Laura that it pretty much is tilting. This is the awning of the Valero gas station. Some of the gas pumps, you can't even see them because they're being crushed by this awning. Just devastating. Look, everywhere you see, it's just devastation. The damage is incredible, but it's I've never seen anything like this before during my career, and this is just, I just have no words right now looking at some of this damage. Take a look at this gas pump. Look at how it'll hit the wind will hit it and it'll come down. And as I mentioned, the wind speed is picking up some. The rain not as much, but there's damage everywhere along this strip. We do see people out here, other camera crews, but I've never seen anything like this. So I can just imagine how tough it is in Lake Charles where Robert Arnold is. If that was category 4 or 5, this is just incredible. So we're going to continue to stay out here and see what we can track, and we're going to have another update with you all. For now, reporting in Benton, Louisiana, I'm Rochelle Turner, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
And you're not far from Lake Charles at this point, as you know.